book of Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hey, I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who grew well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp coming at you with a lesson. And it's going to be on the fact that America, Babylon the Great, all right, you know, that claims to be a God-fearing nation. And, you know, it's clearly evident that it's a wicked, satanic nation that's opposed to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the God of the Bible. Okay. And it tells you right here, man, he that justifieth the wicked is an abomination. And that's exactly what these Edomites, right, the so-called white race, you know, the leaders of the current society, this is what they do. They justify wickedness, man. And they condemn the just. They condemn the righteous. They condemn those who are speaking out against the perverse laws and legislations that are being passed that oppose the will of the God of the Bible. All right. This whole gender neutral shit going on, man. All right. In the US, this whole alphabet community vibration that they're pushing. Okay. Homosexuality. I just go ahead and say it. They push that heavily here, man. And they justify it. So that means that they're an abomination unto the Lord, the God of all energy and existence, man, the creator. And then they condemn us for speaking out against, you know, perverse behaviors such as homosexuality, you know, transformers. All right. I'm not going to lie, man. You know, it was one night, me and the brother, one of the brothers here, we were out, you know, out and about, man, you know, in the town, you know, just, you know, peeping the scene. And, tell me why it was a Jake too. It was an Israelite, man. It was a big ass linebacker dude. All right. Who was walking around in lingerie with his ass out and a wig on downtown, just walking around like nothing is wrong with that. And I was like, oh my goodness, man. And I think he had a BBL too. This was, I got so mad. I'm not going to lie, man. It kind of ruined my night, man. I'm getting mad just thinking about it. That's an abomination. And that's paraded around here, man. That's upheld here. Man, the Lord's finna fuck you niggas up, man. And I can't wait, man. Especially you jakes that go along with this shit. See, Esau done told you that was okay. And because you're a wicked ass nigga, you go along with it, man. And you know, whoever this, you know, applies to, hey, the shoe fits, wear it. The Lord coming for you, man. But you get mad because we speak against these things, man. It's in the scriptures that's wrong. It's wicked. A man should not be with a man. A woman should not be with a woman. Do I got to prove that? Let's prove it before I play the video. Here it is, the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13. This is in the law. It says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And the same thing goes for a woman on woman situation. That's an abomination. That's against nature, as the scriptures tell you. All right. I mean, common sense will tell you that shit is wrong. Can't no life come forth of that unrighteous union, man, between a man and a woman and a woman. No life can come forth of that. Life only comes forth through a man being with a woman. There's only one form of sex, and that's between a man and a woman. Anything else is an abomination. You see what I'm saying? Right here in the scriptures, man. All right. And this also goes to you Christians out there. That's another video, but you Christians out there that talk about the laws done away with. That quote unquote Jesus nailed the law to the cross and we ain't got to be under the law. Well, what about this right here? So it's okay to be this way? Since we're not under the law? The Lord is okay with this shit happening? Come on, man. But anyway, I want to get that word abomination. I want to get the definition of that real quick. Bear with me. All right, so here we have that verse pulled up right here in the Blue Letter Bible, Leviticus chapter 20, and verse 13, and we go down to the phrase abomination. Okay, let's check on it real quick and look 144. All right, Strong's H 8441. But anyway, let's check it out.
Strong's H 8441. To'eva. To'eva.
All right, and I believe in the ancient, the Paleo Hebrew is the Y, the I-ba. But it says a disgusting thing, abomination, abominable, in ritual sense of unclean food, idols, mixed marriages, in ethical sense, wickedness. Okay, that's what that is, man. It's disgusting. It's against nature, man. It's not right. But here in America, Babylon the Great, they defend that type of shit heavily to the point where they can criminalize you for speaking out against it, man. Matter of fact, let's get into the video. So here we have it right here from the YouTube channel Redacted. All right, very popular, YouTube channel. And it says Colorado just did the unthinkable, passing insane gender ideology law. Will Trump stop Governor Polis? And, Governor Jared Polis is the governor of Colorado, and he's a homosexual. All right, openly. All right, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up a picture of him real quick before we play this video. So here's this dude right here they're going to mention. All right, the governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, I guess. All right, and he's very wealthy. He said he has a net worth of $122.6 million. All right, he was elected governor of Colorado in 2018 and re-elected in 2022. And he's a known open homosexual. Okay, this guy right here, he's a damn Edomite. Look at his ass, man. Look at the wickedness in his eyes. He's a open homosexual, just to put it out there. Okay. These are your leaders, right? But America is a God-fearing nation, right? Matter of fact, it goes on to explain that because they're so flamboyant with it. Let's jump down here. It says, as an openly gay man, Polis has made history several times through his electoral success. In 2008, he became the first openly gay man and second openly LGBT person after Tammy Baldwin elected to Congress as a non-incumbent. In 2011, he became the first openly gay parent in Congress. So he has children underneath him, man. This is a sick society that we live in. In 2018, he became the first openly gay man and second openly LGBT person after Kate Brown elected governor of a U.S. state. He is also the first Jewish person elected governor of Colorado. Come on, man. Come on, man. But those are the people of the Most High. Fuck out of here. In 2021, he became the first governor in a same-sex marriage. In 2022, he became the first openly gay man and the first governor in a same-sex marriage elected to a second term in office. So they love him. All right. So that's this guy right here, man. Check out the law that he just brought forth. Let's go ahead and play the video. Small hat, man.
Well, some days when you wake up, it feels like the world has gone mad. Well, nowhere is that more apparent right now and more evident than in the state of Colorado this week, where the Colorado House Committee has voted 7-4 to pass a crazy transgender bill that makes misgendering a discriminatory act. Even worse, it takes children away from parents who dead name or misgender a child, and it pushes crazy gender ideology in all schools, including private and charter schools. Not surprisingly, I know this might come as a shock to many of you, that every Democrat voted for this madness. But someone who's brave and actually cares about children and cares about Colorado families is GOP Representative Jarvis Caldwell from Colorado's 20th House District. He voted no on this. And we just peeled him away from the House floor because they've been in the middle of all sorts of fights right now down on the House. Representative Caldwell, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate you covering this topic.
Yeah, it's outrageous. I mean, it's not just about Colorado. I mean, this is a madness that has, of course, permeated the United States of America and pushing this
You heard that? It's not just Colorado. All right. It's the entire United States, as he just said, as the man Clayton Morris, Clayton Morris on the left hand. All right. He just said that, man. All right. But they claim to be a God-fearing country, one nation under God. Now, this is one nation under Satan. And that's why it's going to come to its own destruction, man, in the midst of World War III. That's what the Lord got you. Let me calm down. That's what the Lord got you devils getting ready to be nuked off the face of the earth here very shortly, man. Because of all the wickedness that you uphold here. The Lord is not with this place, man. It's evident. But this is madness, man. This is the world that we live in, man. And if any of you think that this needs to continue on, may the Lord destroy your ass too, man. We need Yahushua to return and restore the order. This is a madhouse underneath these damn devils, man. It's getting crazier and crazier and more wicked as the days go by. But yeah, let's play a little bit of this, man.
Your ideology into our children at the school level. So just at a nuanced level, can you just talk about how this bill would affect families?
Yeah, absolutely. So this bill has 9 different sections to it. So it actually has a very wide range of what it's trying to do with this transgender ideology nonsense. So the first portion of the bill, as you mentioned, it has to do with custody. And what it does is it directs courts to give the paramount consideration is the word they use, but basically give preference in a custody dispute to the parent who affirms the gender of the child instead of the parent who maybe wants to get the child treatment. And, at its core, I'm a bit cynical from all I've seen here in Colorado. I think that is the goal. I think the goal is to no longer allow you to try to get treatment, because in order to try to give your child treatment, you have to, in a sense, misgender them and tell them, no, you're not really that other gender. We're going to take you to the doctor or a counselor. We're going to try to get you treatment. But what this bill is saying is if a parent is doing that and not recognizing or affirming that gender, then that is the same as child abuse. But the word they use is coercive control. And
Do you hear that? This is what they're trying to put in the law, man, here in Colorado. They're trying to say that the parent that does not affirm the gender of the child, the parent is not with the bullshit, pretty much, loses custody. All right. And look, they're pushing all this fucking what's the word I'm looking for, man? Homosexuality and transgenderism and all that shit. They're pushing that heavily on the children, man. And so when, say for example, your son says that he wants to be a girl now because his teacher, whatever, or he just says he wants to be a girl now, whatever. And you say, look, hold on, man. Let me get my words correct, because I don't want this video to get taken down. And you, as a man, as an Israelite man, you say, hell nah. They could take your child away from you, man. That's what they're saying. They're trying to put that in the law. Instead of knocking some sense into them, they say that, you're not allowed to even disagree with that, man. Because that's considered child abuse if you disagree with your son wanting to mutilate himself and dress up like a fucking woman, which is an abomination. Let's get that in the scriptures real quick. And Salaki for my tongue tiredness. It's been a long day. Well, before I get that, I want to bring this one out. Salaki, I want to bring this out, all right? This is Isaiah 10:1. And it says, woe or destruction unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and their right grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, and that's exactly what these devils do, man. They bring in unrighteous laws. All right, they're going to try to make it a law for you to, for you rebuking your child from trying to be a damn homosexual. They're trying to make that an offense, man, by law. All right, this is what we got to get the fuck out of here, man. That's why the Lord's going to torch this place. This is what they do. It says woe unto them. That means destruction unto them. So you have nothing but destruction coming. America's going to be completely destroyed, man. Look at what's going on. Look at what's going on, man. It's totally against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's get back to the video, and I'll bring that precept out that I mentioned about the woman's garment. A man wearing a man wearing a woman's garment and vice versa. But let's get the video real quick because it go on a little bit further.
The definition of that, it's child abuse. So they're saying you're abusing your child by not affirming their gender. So that's just the first portion of the bill. There's a school aspect to it as well, as you had mentioned, and that's section 5. So to give you background, I'm a charter school board member down in Colorado Springs, and we have a gender-based dress code, which is we have boys' uniforms and girls' uniforms. Now, if a child wants, say it's a biological boy and he wants to wear girls' uniform, by law in Colorado, we can't necessarily refuse that, but there's a process. We bring the parents in, we sit down, we discuss it, and if in the end that's what the parent wants, by Colorado law, we can't deny that. What this is saying, what this bill is saying, you can't even create a gender-based dress code anymore. And in committee, I specifically asked the bill sponsor, Lorena Garcia, this. I said, when you're saying we can't create one, you're saying we can no longer have boys' uniforms and girls' uniforms. And she said, yes, that's correct. And I said, so the flyer that we give out with approved clothing for boys and approved clothing for girls, what you're saying is we just have to have a flyer that just has a bunch of articles of clothes and say wear whatever you want. And she said, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Do you see the utter madness that these devils bring forth? This man is not fit to rule. He needs to be taken the fuck out, man. That's exactly what Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah is going to do. All right, man, just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, man, it gets crazier and crazier and more wicked as the days go by, man. Let's get that precept where it mentions how it's an abomination for a man to wear a woman's garment. And this is what they're trying to push, man. Let's get that real quick in the scriptures. Here we have it. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5, right here in the scriptures, right? It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shai, thy power. Okay? This is what they're pushing forth, man. This is what they're pushing on your children. Telling your son it's okay to wear a dress to school. And that if your parents say anything about it, then they're wrong. And you can get punished for saying that, for disagreeing. All right, and if you think it's not going to affect you, man, then you're asleep. All right, you're gonna have other families. You know, these people are bugged out here in America. You're gonna have other families going to school with their children all cross-dressing and shit, and your child's gonna see that shit, and it's gonna, you know, your child has to witness this type of stuff, man. This is why we got to get out of here, man. This is why judgment is coming to America, Babylon the Great. One of the many reasons. Showing you that this man is not a God-fearing man. He's a damn devil, man. He's opposed to Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. All right? And all you Jakes, all you Israelites that go along with this shit, you're going to die as well. Let's play a little bit more of this.
There's another aspect of this bill, and it's section 3. And what it says is, if Colorado will not recognize court rulings from other states if it has to do with the one parent bringing the child to Colorado to get gender affirming care. So think about a situation like this. You're in Kansas, you have two parents, one of the...
So what he means by, a parent bringing their son or daughter across the state line into Colorado to get gender affirming care, that means, in other words, simply put, bringing their kids over here so they can get a sex change. You know? Because Colorado is a homosexual sanctuary, man. But this is insane, man.
One of the parents brings a child to do gender affirming care in Colorado because it's pretty much the Wild West here and there's no rules on it. And let's say this Kansas, the state of Kansas has a court ruling that says the custody belongs to this other parent that's still in Kansas. You have to bring that child back. This bill is saying, no, basically what we're calling it is like a transgender sanctuary state. They're saying we won't recognize that. And that goes directly against Article 4, Section 1 of the U.S. Constitution, which is also known as the Full Faith and Credit Clause, which says states must honor and recognize and abide by court rulings in different states. So that's another aspect to it. And then the last very big piece of this bill is about the Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act. And what it says is you can't misgender somebody in a place of public accommodation. And if you look up the Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act, a place of public accommodation, the word public is in there, but what it actually means is private businesses. It means, and there's a list in there, hotels, restaurants, airports, anywhere. And so if you are a business owner and you misgender someone, you can be in violation of the Anti-Discrimination Act.
So if you have an employee who is one day dressing up as a girl, the next day decides to be a boy, and you call that person by their former biological name, you could face all sorts of problems. So, what kind of penalties are we looking at for a business owner?
Absolutely. So you could face civil liabilities, much like if you recall the Jack Phillips case here in Colorado, right? Which is a...
Okay, so let me just pause it right there. So they're saying that they're going to make it a crime for you to quote unquote misgender somebody. You got a bugged out motherfucker who was born a male who dresses up as a goddamn woman. All right. And then you call that person, because they obviously look like a male, you don't call that person Mrs. or whatever, then they could take you to court, man. You could lose your business probably. You can get sued. That's what this is talking about, man. Woe unto them that make unrighteous decrees. The Lord's gonna smoke this place, man. And most of our people don't see nothing wrong, man. They're not upset about this, man. Let's get a quick precept before we continue. Here we have a precept that came to mind. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Okay, this damn Edomite is a complete degenerate. Right? He's a beast. He's a devil, man. That's what he is. He's opposed to the order of the Almighty. All right. All the Edomites, man. Now, profane means to be outside of the order of the Lord, man. That's what that word profane, that's what profanity really means. It don't mean cuss words. All right. Profanity is really you going against the order of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. All right. And there's nobody more profane or more perverse than Esau, man, as it tells you right here, the so-called white man. All right. He ain't right, man. He's the wicked. This is why you see laws being pushed forth, as what you heard in that video.
In my opinion, a First Amendment free speech case, and what they're saying, apparently Colorado has learned nothing, because the Jack Phillips case is here in Colorado, right? The baker who refused to bake a cake for certain individuals, and what we're now saying is we're basically ignoring that and saying, okay, we're going to apply this to all businesses.
Okay, so in case you don't know, this particular case that they're mentioning is a case that took place in which a business owner, a bakery owner, was approached by two homosexuals, and they wanted to have that business owner make them a homosexual themed marriage cake or whatever, and that owner said, nah, I'm not comfortable doing that. It goes against my beliefs. I don't want to make this homosexual cake for you. And they got taken to court about that, man. This is where we at with it, man. This is where we at with it, man. And it's gonna get worse. They're gonna eventually outlaw the Bible because we speak against their ways of life. All right? Esau's a goddamn faggot, man. Excuse my language. But it's evident, man. Look how they're running the country, man. And they're trying to spread that across the world, man. They try to push that on other nations. I believe Kamala Harris went to Uganda recently, a year or two ago, to try to push that lifestyle upon those Hamites over there, and they said, hell no, get the hell up out of here. We ain't with that shit. See, this is why America is known as the great Satan, man, amongst many other nations. Because look, they're proving it, man. Look at how they're moving. All right. Let's play some more.
I don't understand how the bill sponsors can think it's any bit of this is constitutional. This is definitely going to drive a lawsuit. I was confident that this bill was going to die in the appropriations portion, the appropriations committee, which is where it goes after it went to the Judiciary Committee, where I heard it, because it had a $14 million price tag, $13 or $14 million price tag. So in committee, what they did was they amended out that portion and brought it down to $0. And that means that it doesn't have to go through appropriations anymore. And Colorado has a $1.2 billion budget deficit right now. So it would have certainly died in appropriations. But because they removed the fiscal note, it's no longer going there. So I don't really see any roadblock for it to go all the way to the governor's desk at this point.
And Jared Polis will likely sign it. I mean, I'm clearly he's going to be running for president. I think it's pretty clear to most of us who watch Colorado politics that so Governor Polis will likely sign this thing, and this will become the law of the land. And then, of course, this is going to be probably fought in the Supreme Court because, well, you have President Trump's executive order, which forbids key pieces of this. So they're moving forward with it regardless of what President Trump's executive order has signed.
Yeah, I would love to see President Trump, and I should just say we have Republican congressional members here, and I don't want to.
I'm gonna stop it right there. You can watch the full video if you would like to. All right, it's about 11 minutes. But the point has been made that this is utter madness, man, and wickedness, and this is why the level of judgment is coming to the earth, especially here in America, Babylon the Great. All right. Got to bring this out. This is Revelation 11 and verse 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, right, which is known as America, Babylon the Great, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord Yahushua was crucified. So we got to break this down, man, to those who don't understand. It's not talking about actual dead bodies lying in the street. This is a spiritual verse right here, and it's talking about the Israelites, how we were spiritually dead in the streets of America, Babylon the Great for years and years and years, generations. We didn't know that we were the Israelites. We didn't know that we were the Lord's chosen people. We didn't know that Esau, Edom was a so-called, or the so-called white man was a devil. We didn't know none of that stuff, man. Okay? So we were spiritually dead in this great city known as America, which is spiritually called Sodom. All right? Why? Because Sodom, you already know what that's about. Ancient Sodom, they were going about being homosexuals and partaking in all kind of perverse sexual behaviors, to the point where Lot was with the angels, and those momos tried to jump on the angels and violate the angels, man. And the angels fucked them up. But that same spirit is here in America, man. You see what I'm saying? This is why this place needs fire, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, that's why it's called spiritual Sodom in Egypt, because ancient Egypt was a place of our captivity. All right. So this place, America, Babylon the Great, is a combination of that, man. It's a combination of all manner of wickedness. You see? And they crucified our Lord, not physically here. All right. They crucified him in a spiritual sense by giving you white Jesus and preaching all kind of false doctrines. Preaching, to you lies about the scriptures, man. They crucified his reputation, man. But through the elect, we understand, Lord willing, we're the elect. The true prophets are telling you how the Lord feels about things, man. And the true reputation of Yahushua is being resurrected in these last days. We're telling you that he's a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah. He's a very austere man, and he's against all this bullshit that you be teaching, man. I'm talking about these Christian churches, these Catholic churches, these damn devils behind the pulpit, man. There's a penalty for taking the Lord's book in your hands and misinterpreting it, man. There's a penalty for that, man. All right, and it's coming very soon. I got one more. We're going to close this thing, man. The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16, one of my favorites, it says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? All right, and the answer is the elect. And we're standing up by preaching this word, man, calling out the bullshit, condemning the wickedness by way of the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, calling for judgment on these goddamn devils in the midst of a wicked society, man, to the point where we're going to be demonized for even speaking the words that I'm speaking right now, which is just the truth. You see, the truth is going to be demonized on a higher level here in the near future, man. It's going to bring forth the prophecy of the famine of the word. They're going to try to label us as a hate group because we're speaking against the things that they're doing. They're going to say that we're bringing forth hate speech. All right, this is going to come to the point in time where you can't say nothing about a goddamn homosexual. And I do mean goddamn, because you are. All right. But the point is that the elect are going to stand up for righteousness' sake, man. We're going to stand up for the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And it just shows you, man, why judgment is much needed. And why we're all that much more closer to the Lord taking this place out, man. So I'm in this lesson right here. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachel Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And Kwam Yasharala in a Bible ball. Shalom.